Prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke. Hare Krishna Bhagavatam clan to meet here, and I so you can utilize the opportunity this day. So it's very auspicious to be on fasting, because when some food is inside, we may not be able to remember many things. So at least on fasting we remember, okay, so inside so many sounds are coming up, so we need to tolerate all of them. So when we are actually fast, our body is very light, our mind works so wonderful. So those who have not collected coupon, and there is one volunteer near Garuda, you can collect the coupon from them. At 12 noon we are going to break the fast. Hare Krishna. Okay, these words, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 16, the two verses 20 and 21. So though I am not qualified nor purified, I was given this opportunity. I thank His Grace Krishna Prabhu, the coordinator, His Grace Sarvapavan Prabhu, for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much. Short time is given. Maybe I will try my level best to justify, because the Prabhupada purport is very long in these words. Tavad Vubayorapi Radashor Yamrutika Tad Rasena Anuvidyamana Vayu Arka Samyoga Viparkena Sadamara Loka Abharanam Jambunadam Nama Suvarnam Bhavati Jambunadam Nama Suvarnam Bhavati Yad Yuha Vava Vibudhadaya Saha Yuvati Bir Mukta Kotaka Kati Sutrabi Abharana Rupena Khalu Dharayanti. Anybody would like to try? One Prabhuji, one Mataji. Okay, word meaning translation, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this word meaning is very important. Tavat entirely, Ubhaya api of both, Radha shore of the banks, ya which, Mrittika the mud, Tat rasena with the juice of the jambu fruits that flows in the river, Anuvidyamana being saturated, Vayu arka samyoga Vipakena, because of a chemical reaction with the air and sunshine, Sada, always. Amaraloka Abharanam, which is used for the ornaments of the demigods, the denizens of the heavenly planets. Jambunadam Nama, named Jambunada. Suvarnam, gold. Bhavati becomes yat which. Yuha Vava, indeed. Vibhuda Adaya, the great demigods. Saha with Yuvati be, their everlastingly youthful wives. Mukuta, crowns, kataka, bangles, katisutra, belts, adi, and so on. Abharana, of all kinds of ornaments, rupena, in the form. Kalu, indeed, dharayanti, they possess. Translation. The mud on the bank of the rivers, Jambunadi, being moistened by the flowing of juice and then dried by the air, and the sunshine produces huge quantities of gold called Jambunada. The denizens of heaven use this gold for various kinds of ornaments. Therefore, all the inhabitants of the heavenly planets and their youthful wives are fully decorated with golden helmets, bangles, and belts, and thus they enjoy life. Tat Sat. Purport is very big, so maybe I will share now, then and there and explain. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshmurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Pakamalam Lam Sri Guru Mushnavamcha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Cha Vishakanvitam Cha E Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostume Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanutute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindubhya Yevacha Patitanam Papanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the mud on the both banks of the river Jambu Nadi being moistened by the flowing juice and then dried by the air and the sunshine produce huge quantities of gold called Jambunada. Okay, so presently what are the gold we are using? Any idea? Maybe Matajis can easily talk about what is the gold presently we are using, how many carats, and what is the quality of the gold. 24 carat, okay. But this gold can never be compared with this Jambunada gold, because, and we do not have any description to describe this type of gold, because now we are in the material world, that in Bhuloka, and this gold is completely different the other planets. So as you know, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, he is the supreme designer. So he can design any planet and anywhere, any people he can design. So here we can understand that he also has designed one wonderful planet. It's called Jambudvipa. And here, when this mud is flowing, when the sunshine is focusing on that, and it produces gold. Is it not so wonderful? So the Lord is only can able to do that. So if something is going on now, recently we celebrated Panihati. So if we can go to the riverside of Kaveri and there is a some bank of the Kaveri and sunshine is also falling, and if there is a gold available, can we rush there? So people will throng like anything and they would like to utilize that opportunity. But it is not available in this Bulok, but it is available in this Jambunada. So the denizens of heaven use this gold for various kinds of ornaments. Of course, we are also using in this world. Therefore, all the inhabitants of the heavenly planets and their youthful wives are fully decorated with golden helmets, bangles, belts, and thus they enjoy the life. So this kind of enjoyment is not the real enjoyment. Because in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains what kind of enjoyment is there. What is this gold is meant for. How people can wear this gold. So we will go through the purport. By the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the rivers on some planets produce gold on their banks. The poor inhabitants of this earth, because of their incomplete knowledge, are captivated by a so-called Bhagwan who can produce a small quantity of gold. We keep seeing so many Babajis and so many the so-called Bhagavans and so many other sadhus. They name themselves as highly elevated in the spiritual level. And just like that, they will raise their hand and they produce gold ring or some laddus. And the onlookers, they became bewildered. Oh, we cannot do this. If they cannot do, if the other do, it became a miracle for them. They are unnecessarily attracted. Of course, these cities are still available. So people, those who can follow certain siddhis, they can produce little things. But here Prabhupada wanted to mention that this is only very insignificant. The person who produces a small ring, you cannot call him a Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we all have studied what is the definition. Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashasya, Shriya. So there is a checklist. We are supposed to see the checklist and call a person a Bhagavan. And the person who is going on a road or simply waving hand and bringing some vibhudi and some laddu or some gold, we cannot call him a Bhagavan. So the poor inhabitants these poor inhabitants, they are, captivated by these so-called Bhagavan people. However, it is understood that in a higher planetary system in this material world, the mud on the banks of the Jambu Nadi mixes with the Jambu juice, reacts with the sunshine in the air, and automatically produces huge quantities of gold. Thus, men and women are decorated there by various golden ornaments, and they look very nice. So, here we can also understand that people wanted to enjoy not only with the gold, but with the bangala, opposite sex, wine, and people glorifying them. And they are very much enamored. They are very much, addicted to this kind of puja, labha, pratishta. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada here mentioned that we are not supposed to be captivated like this. Like in any college or in any school, when I used to study in a school, once in a day we can wear ununiform. Rest of the time we have to wear only uniform. So on the ununiform day, people will come with colored dress and various dresses, and they want to show off their richness and their dresses what they have stored. So here, according to one's own karma package, he has been endowed with that. But a devotee is not hankered for all these things. So Srila Prabhupada is, very nicely explained in the upcoming purport. Unfortunately, on the earth, there is such a scarcity of gold that government of the world try to keep it in reserve and issue paper currency. Now you see the pathetic situation. Because that currency is not backed up by gold, the paper they distribute as money is worthless, but nevertheless people on earth are very proud of material advancement. So if a person who is having a huge currency and he is very famous, and at the end of the Kali Yuga, if you can read the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, very nicely mentioned that a person is judged so handsome only basing on his hairstyle. Now, people are, very much attracted with this hairstyle, but inside the hair is the head. Inside the head there is a brain, intelligence. People are not giving any priority for that. Manda sumandayo, mandabhagya. That means the Kali Yuga people are, very much mandabhagya. And they don't give, they wanted to give only for external appearance. If a person is wearing suit, coat, boot, but he is eating meat. And what kind of a person? He is nothing but an animal. So people think it is a kind of advancement. So next to my office, on MG Road, there is one mall. But lunchtime we usually come out. And when we see in the mall, the so-called advanced people, they are very, very nicely dressed in the sense, they are wearing jeans. It is all torn jeans. And ladies are wearing, their thighs are visible. And they feel it is, I am very advanced, I am very smart. Your clothes have been torn and you have been called, smart. What kind of smart? Your bodily organs are visible to the men and you are agitating them. And in both way, you are innovating, and this is called scientific advancement. So pathetic. Okay, because that currency is not backed up by gold, the paper they distribute as money is worthless. But nevertheless, people on the earth are very proud of material advancement. In modern times, girls and ladies have ornaments made of plastic instead of gold, and plastic utensils are used instead of golden ones. Yet people are very proud of their material wealth. Some time back, even 20 years back, there was gold was prominent in the sense in the form of vessels, like copper, steel. Then later steel came, and after the steel, now plastic is become more prominent. Now, if you can see in our daily life, everywhere there is plastic, including our cloth also. See, in our cloth there is a button. This button is also plastic, isn't it? If you see mobile is made of plastic, but it's a different grades are there. Whatever grades are there, plastic is plastic only, Full is full only, So this laptop is made of plastic, this wire is made of plastic, everywhere plastic. And recently this plastic is also, for plastic there is some other advancement is there. Can you guess what it is? That is virtual money. Virtual money, like nowadays we are not seeing any currency. We go and purchase mangoes, and that fellow keep one code. You need to scan it. So where is the money here? We cannot see any money. It's called virtual money, and we can see only in digits received 1, 2, 0. That fellow does not see any currency, and we too cannot see any currency. That is only available in the digits. This is worse than plastic. And in some occasions we see, mostly in cinemas we see people, their bank account is getting shortened, and it has been hijacked by somebody else, and his bank account is getting zero, like that. Like he has got 12 crores in his account, like it became 11 crore, 10 crore, 9 crore, it's getting decreased. And the currency is not at all available, only we can see in this digits. This is called digital money or virtual money. So people, they call it is so advanced. And recently this AI became more prominent, artificial intelligence. And we are so foolistic, they name it is already artificial intelligence, and we think it is so advanced. And so many sensors are there. Like, I saw one small clip where one person is, in his house, he is very much protected. Like, everywhere, cameras have been arranged, and the doors are only sensor operated. So you need to come near to the door. He has to say, open the door. Like earlier days, we used to hear one Arabic story, open shashem, sat shashem, like that. You need to come close, open the door. So the door opens, and this is a voice recognizer sensor. Only that particular voice this artificial intelligence can detect. And if I go and say open the door, means it cannot open, right? We call it is artificial intelligence. So in that video, this fellow, somehow he goes out and he had some juice and he came back, but his throat got slightly affected, and he is saying, open the door. He is giving the command, but system is not taking. And outside there is a heavy rain. And he said, open the door, open the door. He was shouting, and his voice is not at all recognized because there is some slight difference in the sound waves. So the sensor is unable to detect. But still we are very proud, and we say it is advanced technology. This advanced technology is actually suffering for all of us, and it is taking away so many people's jobs. Okay, the time is very short. Where were we? Okay. Girls and ladies, they are using now artificial gold, 1 gram gold also they are using. Therefore, the people of this age are described as Manda Sumanda Matayo Mandabhagyasu upadhrutaha, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.10. In other words, they are extremely bad and slow to understand the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you can read Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, the Supreme Lord says, I am this, I am that, Soham Apsu Kaunteya, Prabhashya Shashi Suryami, the Lord says, I am the taste of the water. Now, recently we had summer season and we are very thirsty. If anybody gives us a big plate of food, we are not that much satisfied after having the food, but still we want a glass of water at least. When we have the glass of water in the hot summer, we feel, our thirst is quenched. So Krishna says, I am that water. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. So whenever we drink the water, we should remember that it is a Krishna's opulence. And Krishna also says that Prabhashi Sasi Suryami. The sunshine coming from the shine coming from the moon and sun, it is my power, Krishna is saying. So here Prabhupada says that unfortunately people, they do not understand where it is coming from, how the power is coming from. They have been described as Sumanda Matiyo because their conceptions are so crippled that they accept a bluffer who produces a little gold to be God. Like there are so many bluffers, they not only produce gold, they produce so many other things also. But Prabhupada call him as a bluffer. So don't get cheated. Because they have no gold in their possession, they are actually poverty stricken and therefore they are considered mandabhagya, unfortunate. Sometimes these unfortunate people want to be promoted to the heavenly planes to achieve fortunate positions as described in this verse. But pure devotees of the Lord are not at all interested in such opulence. Yeah. Like the pure devotee, his concerns are completely different. And he is not at all attracted by this material opulences. Indeed, devotees sometimes compare the color of gold to that of Brighton golden stool. So it is very pathetic to compare. But we have to compare gold with this golden stool. It is stool only, but it's like a color is like a golden. So we should understand the value of the qualities of a Vaishnava and not the abharanas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed devotees not to be allured by golden ornaments and beautifully decorated women. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. A devotee should not be allured by gold, beautiful women, not the prestige of having many followers. So if there is a small leader and the members may back up Jindabad, Jindabad, and this fellow is very puffed up. So that Jindabad we never want. A devotee should not be allured by gold, beautiful women or prestige. Okay, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore confidentially prayed, Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavathat Bhakti Rahaitiki Tvayi. Oh my Lord, please bless me with your devotional service. I do not want anything else. A devotee may pray to be delivered from this material world. That is his only aspiration. Daily morning in the Mangalarti, we recite this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sikshastakam. Mahaprabhu gave this Sikshastakam. If anybody can understand and follow, and they have already understood Gita and Bhagavatam. That's why Mahaprabhu gave this Sikshastakam. Mainandana tanuja kinkaram patita mam vishame bhavam budao krupaya tava pada pankajam stithad doli sadrishyam vichintaya. The humble devotee simply prays to the Lord, kindly pick me up from the material world which is full of varieties of material opulence and keep me under the shelter of your lotus feet. The devotee always wants to be, dust at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It does not want to be very famous. Still Narottam Das Thakur also prays. Narottam Das Thakur is very famous for his songs. And this is one of the songs. Aha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Yuta Karuna Karaha Yeibara Narattama Dasakaya Nateliha Rangapaya Toma Vineke Ache Amara. O my Lord, O son of Nanda Maharaj, now you are standing before me with your consort, the daughter of Vrishabhanu, Srimati Radharani. Kindly accept me as the dust of your lotus feet. Please do not kick me away, for I have no other shelter. So here Narottam Das Thakur is very intelligent. So he is not directly addressing as Radha Krishna, but he is prefixing some names. What are they? He is calling Krishna as son of Nanda Maharaj, he did not call him Krishna, but we are calling directly Krishna. And for Radharani also he is prefixing something. What is that? You are a daughter of Vrishabhanu, he is mentioning. So, Lord is so pleased when we address him in reference with his devotees. In this way, we can get the mercy of the Lord, but not directly addressing him. Similarly, Prabodhananda Saraswati also indicates that the position of the demigods who are decorated with golden helmets and other ornaments is no better than a phantasmagoria. Tridasha, Akasha, devotee is never allowed by such opulence, simply aspires to be the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Here, one Sanskrit word is there. Akasha Pushpayate. What do you mean by this? Anybody? Akasha Pushpayate. Flowers in the sky. What do you mean by that? Flowers in the sky. Can you see any flowers in the sky? So that means that is illusion, right? So, all these material opulences, this gold, this jewelry, necklace, all this is also nothing but Akasha Pushpayate. They look like flowers in the sky, but there are no flowers, they are, illusion. So, this is what Prabodhananda Saraswati has explained this. Okay, that time is getting up. I have one slide, the last slide I'd like to share with you. So how our devotees also not enamored, not attracted by these material opulences. How they used gold also. If you can remember Rupa Goswami, he also had one big bundle of gold coins. How did you use it? How did you use the gold coins? He just gave bribe to the security people and he escaped. Right? So, in this way we can see in the history of Chaitanya Charitamrita also there are various other devotees who have used gold for the service of Krishna. And yes, Prabhu, let it be. I disconnected. So, when come to the devotees also wear different kinds of abharanas. This we can classify into two categories. One is external, the other is internal. The external abharanas, what the devotees wear, the devotees wear tilak, devotees wear kantimala, devotees wear sari, dhoti and kurta, and the most important is japamala. And seeing this, anybody can identify is a Vaishnava, is a devotee of the Lord. These are all the external features the devotee has, but internally also there are something, and which we can understand that he is a humble devotee of the Lord, pure devotee of the Lord. So the internal ornaments of a devotee is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions. This is called tolerance. Trunadapi, sunichena, tarorapi, sahishuna, amanena manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. If we are wearing externally, but we are not singing Bol Hari Bol, then what is the use? What kind of devotee are you? So, tolerance of a devotee is very, very important. Patience, forgiveness, non-enviousness, and being well-wishers of others, paradukka dukki, not paradukka sukhi. So, in this way, Vaishnava has these wonderful qualities, and real Vaishnava has got these divine qualities. There are 24 qualities of a Vaishnava. Maybe at the end of the session I will read it out. Maybe you can also remember. But we cannot ask, Prabhu, how can I acquire all these qualities? We do, for each quality, for example, tolerance is there. And we don't have to, attend a particular seminar and go on training for years together to acquire that quality of tolerance. That is not required. Like that, there are minimum 24 qualities of a Vaishnava. How do we acquire all these qualities? Simply be in the association of the devotees, that's all, you get everything. And we don't have to hanker for all the whole package. So, when Ambarish Maharaj, he was also tested. This Durvasa Muni, from his jutta he created a demon, and he wants the demon to kill Ambarish Maharaj. How pathetic it is. So, our dear Ambarish Maharaj tolerated all that. That is called a kind of tolerance. Then later what happened? This person, he received a kind of a reaction. Who? Durvasa Muni. And he ran all the planets. He went to Brahmaloka, he went to Kailas, finally he went to the abode of Lord Vishnu also. But Lord Vishnu, what did he say? Aham bhakta paradinam, he said. I am fully controlled by my devotees. You need to go back and ask forgiveness. So Durvasa Muni came back and he felt at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj, he was asking forgiveness. Ambarish Maharaj was so humble. So this is the quality of a Vaishnava. And he picked him up and he embraced it actually. Embrace it. The person who is going to kill, are you going to embrace him? Is it possible? A person who is going to criticize you, are you going to praise him? Or a person who is harming you, will you wish for his well-being? Not possible, So very difficult. But it is really possible for a Vaishnava, not for anybody else. Even the 5 sons have been killed when they were in a sleeping state. Do you know who they were? Sons of Draupadi. But she asked to forgive Ashwatthama. Right? But what did he do? He mercilessly killed all the children of Pandavas when they were in a sleeping state, and still it is abhonamul, it is a ghora papa. But in spite of that, like for example, if anybody killed our children, will you forgive them? We will rebel and we will react, put him in the jail, and we want to take revenge. So these Vaishnava qualities we need to learn straight from the Pandavas. Draupadi said, no, he is a son of our Acharya, and if you are going to kill him, I don't want to see his mother also become, childless. I am already childless. All my children have been killed. But I don't want to see another mother in this situation. That's why you forgive him. So this is the quality of a Vaishnavi also. Then Nityananda, you also know, Jagai Madai, they troubled a lot. But Nityananda did not rebel. And he did not counteract. But he gave the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. In this way, Lord Chaitanya immediately appeared, and he was about to kill. Then Nityananda Prabhu he informed him, oh Mahaprabhu, you appeared not to kill anybody in this avatar, but to give your audarya, your mercy. So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu also gave his mercy. And this is another quality of a Vaishnava. Even Parikshit Maharaj also, when the Shringi cursed him, he did not counter curse. But he continuously prayed and heard 7 days the glories of the Lord. Then he went back to Godhead. So in this way, one can acquire this Vaishnava qualities, and a Vaishnava is not supposed to find faults and criticize others. That is not a quality of a Vaishnava. So once one man asked Prabhupada, so I have seen so many Gurujis, Swamijis, they create so many things, so many magics. Why don't you do any magic? So Prabhupada replied, these hardcore, uncivilized people, I turned them into pure Vaishnavas. They were not wearing clothes, they were off wearing the clothes, and they were following all nonsense. I got in touch with them, I trained them, I guided them, I helped them. Now they became Vaishnavas. They are wearing Kantimala, and they are wearing Shika and Dhoti Kurta, they are dancing. Is it not a magic? So there is the power of a Vaishnava. The power of a Vaishnava, he will exhibit through the divine qualities. Now I am going to read out the divine qualities which a Vaishnava can has. So kindly hear these 26 qualities of a Vaishnava, and you need to check how many we have, how many we do not have. If we have these qualities, we should not be proud or puffed up. If we do not have the qualities, we need to seek the mercy of all the Vaishnavas. Then it is possible for us. Number one, kind to everyone. does not quarrel with anyone, fixed in the absolute truth, equal to everyone, faultless, charitable, mild, clean, simple, benevolent, peaceful, completely attached to Krishna. I think this is not possible for us. Has no material hankering, meek, steady, self-controlled. This is also not possible. Does not eat more than required. This is impossible. Sane, respectful. This is also some troublesome. Humble to some extent, okay. Grave, compassionate. This is also little problem. Friendly, yeah, somehow we can manage this. Poetic, this is also not possible. Expert, and last 26th quality is silent. Here Prabhupada, in so many purposes, he gives definition for this silence. What do you mean by this silence? Does not mean that we should keep and follow this some Maunavrata. Silence means no prajalpa. Speak only about Radha Krishna and nothing else. And in this way we can maintain our silence. This is also one of the divine qualities of a Vaishnava. Okay, so I stop here. The time I have exceeded. So we can summarize these words saying that Srila Prabhupada wants us not to be attracted by this artificial intelligence or the gold, jewelry, etc. And there are various qualities of a Vaishnava. We can basically divide into two categories. One is, external ornaments of a devotee is tilak, like kantimala, japamala, dhoti, kurta, sari, and these are the external. The internal qualities of the Vaishnava are these 26 qualities which I have read out. We need to try to develop these kind of qualities so that we can become, gopi bhatta pada kamalayo dasa dasanudas. Thank you very much. Ganadhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. With your permission, I have a small video of a couple of minutes on Jambudvipa, because this verse is talking about the Jambudvipa. So you can also watch that video, and we will continue our session with Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajans. Hare Krishna. So I also thank His Grace, Her Grace Vinodini Mataji with her team. Mataji has so sweetly sang all those songs, and she had taken us into the spiritual realm. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions also, you are welcome. I will try to answer. Any questions, comments? You are always welcome to correct me at my faults. Hare Krishna. Through mobile can we do? Yeah. So I request Rajnath Prabhu to continue your announcements. In the meanwhile, the video will be ready.
Hare Krishna, Shri Shri Gandharvika Giridhari Shriman Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Lakshmi Narsingadev Bhagwan Ki Jai. Very, very warm welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We heard very nicely from Prabhuji. Matajis, please don't rush to the rivers. That gold available was not in this material world. Okay? But however, instead of 24 karat gold, we can get 26 karat gold. Prabhu mentioned that those are the qualities available here in this material world. wonderful qualities. Of course, a few of them very difficult, but we still have Uttamadhikaris, Madhyamadhikaris very much available within our parampara. Okay, and today I also heard that it was a Father's Day. I was told, some SMS came. So, what a day we have! What a great great grandfather we have had, Sarvabhauma Bhakti Vinod Thakur. It's disappearance day. So very nicely we will remember him with a little more bhajans post this video. So let me just see what are the other announcements. We will post this, we will, or since we are free, can we say a big thank you to Prabhuji? So from our bottom of our hearts, let's all chant the holy name for Prabhu so we can hear more of such classes from him. We always know we get intense class when Prabhuji is there. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. The moment holy name was done, even the video got right. So let's just watch this.
Fine golden mountain called Meru. Here we find an abode of Lord Shiva, the greatest of the demigods. In the center of Jambudvip stands the most extraordinary divine golden mountain called Meru. Meru is shaped like an inverted cone, and it is the sporting place for the demigods. Around Meru are many supporting mountains called Kesara. Jambudvipa is 0.8 million miles in diameter and is surrounded by the saltwater ocean of the same width. On top of Mount Meru is a resort of Brahma called Manavati. The famous celestial river Ganges descends to the center of Manavati and then flows out into 4 directions. Surrounding Manavati in the 8 directions are the resort cities of the chief demigods. One of these cities is Amaravati, the resort of Indra, king of heaven. King Indra lives here in majestic opulence, attended to by musicians, dancers, and reciters. The greater earthly planetary system extends out to the edges of the universe and has a diameter of 4 billion miles. Known as Bhumandala, shaped like a lotus flower, it has 7 concentric islands and oceans with Mount Meru as its pericarp. The 7 oceans respectively contain salt water, sugarcane juice, portraying the Earth to be a flat disk. This flat Earth misconception arises partly due to our inability to understand Vedic nomenclature. A single object may be referred to by several names, and a single name may refer to several objects.